Hey everyone, and welcome back. Get ready, because today we're tackling a topic that's sure to spark some heated debates.
Oh, yeah.
The enduring appeal of
What?
love triangles in literature.
I'm excited for this one.
We're going to be doing a deep dive into a list of 50 popular books.
50.
Yes. Curated by Eva Nash,
Oh.
a book blogger over at 8 Cats Book.
Okay, cool.
And we're going to try to unpack why this trope keeps readers coming back for more. Across all genres and generations.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
So are you ready to find out what makes these triangles tick?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
And maybe discover some hidden gems for your own TBR.
Always looking for new books.
Let's go.
Well, one thing that always strikes me is that love triangles have been a part of storytelling for ages. I mean, think about it, right? They're in classic literature,
Yeah,
contemporary works. They pop up everywhere.
it's true.
And you know what? Their popularity,
What?
it doesn't seem to be fading anytime soon.
I know, it's really interesting.
But I think before we get all caught up in the who will they choose drama,
Yeah.
we really need to define
Yes.
what exactly makes a love triangle in literature.
Okay, you're right. Let's get back to basics.
Back to the basics.
What are the key ingredients that we need to
Yeah.
make that delicious love triangle?
All right, so at its core,
Yeah.
a love triangle really boils down to three elements.
Okay.
One protagonist, obviously,
Doors.
and two potential love interests.
Okay, I'm with you.
And, it's that protagonist being torn between these two
Right.
that creates the delicious tension that we as readers just devour.
I can't get enough of it.
We can't. So let's take some examples.
Yeah, give me some examples.
Let's start with Suzanne Collins' The Hunger Games.
Oh, classic.
Right. You've got Katniss,
Yeah.
who's caught between Peeta, her fellow tribute, who's so compassionate and strategic,
Yeah.
and then Gale, her hunting partner, the strong and independent one.
Mm-hmm. Totally different vibes.
Totally. And then, of course, we have Twilight by Stephenie Meyer,
Oh, another classic.
where Bella finds herself completely drawn to the alluring vampire Edward Grey.
Oh, yeah.
But then there's also Jacob, her loyal werewolf friend.
Ooh, tough choice.
Right. And let's not forget Cassandra Clare's The Infernal Devices series.
Oh, I love those books.
You've got Tessa torn between Will, who's charming and witty, and Jem, who's just so steady and devoted.
Yeah, it's hard to pick.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So each of these scenarios, it presents a choice for the protagonist.
A big one.
And that's where the magic of the love triangle really unfolds.
That's where we get hooked.
Exactly.
It's funny how we all get caught up in that,
The drama.
yeah, the will they, won't they dance.
Oh, absolutely.
Why do these triangles, why do they have such power over us?
I think it's because they tap into something really fundamental about the human experience.
Okay.
It's that struggle of making really tough choices, especially when it comes to matters of the heart.
Yeah.
They allow us to sort of explore those feelings of being pulled in different directions, weighing our desires against our responsibilities.
I see.
All within the safe space of fiction.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we get to live vicariously through the characters
what's that?
without actually having to experience those heart-wrenching decisions.
Exactly. It's safe.
Yeah, safe heartbreak.
Safe heartbreak. And, Eva Nash made a really great point in her blog
Yeah.
about how these love triangles, they can act as a lens to explore even bigger themes.
Oh, interesting.
Societal expectations,
Oh, wow.
class differences, even struggles with identity.
It's more than just the romance.
Exactly. It goes so much deeper.
Yeah.
For example, think about F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right. Gatsby's yearning for Daisy, it's not just about romantic love.
Right.
It's about him trying to recapture the past,
Oh, I see.
which is something he can never truly do.
Yeah.
It's a symbol of the American dream's unattainable promises.
Oh, that's a really interesting take.
Right, and that love triangle exposes the emptiness
Whoa.
at the heart of Gatsby's quest,
Yeah.
highlighting how fleeting happiness really is,
That's deep.
and the societal structures that kind of perpetuate those illusions.
Yeah.
It's a lot more than just who ends up with who.
It really is. It's about so much more.
Right.
And it reminds me of Diana Gabaldon's Outlander.
Ooh, yes. That's a great example.
Claire's situation,
Yeah.
being torn between Frank in the 20th century
Right.
and Jamie in the 18th century.
Yeah, talk about a difficult choice.
Right. It's so much more than just picking between two guys.
It's a time travel dilemma.
It is. It's about navigating totally different worlds,
Yeah.
conflicting values, and ultimately, wrestling with this idea of belonging and finding your place in time.
Such a powerful concept.
Yeah, I love that book.
It's brilliant.
Those examples that you gave, they really highlight how these triangles can add depth and complexity to a story.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The good ones, the ones that we really get sucked into, they're not just about the romance.
No, they're not.
They really dig into character development,
Yeah.
motivations, flaws.
Absolutely.
And I think they reveal some deeper truths about human nature.
Right.
And they push us as readers to kind of think about our own beliefs and values.
And that's what good literature does, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's not just about the destination.
No.
It's really about the journey.
The journey of self-discovery.
Exactly.
For both the characters and us as readers.
Totally agree. Yeah.
Right. So we've got these characters going on these journeys.
Yeah.
And you'll notice a lot of times these triangles are woven into narratives
Yeah.
that explore even bigger themes.
Oh, interesting.
Like, let's take dystopian novels as an example.
Right.
The Hunger Games, like we talked about.
Yeah.
Or Victoria Aveyard's Red Queen.
Okay.
The love triangle becomes intertwined with themes of survival, rebellion, loyalty. Their love stories become like a symbol
I'd see.
of their fight against oppression.
Yeah.
It adds another layer of meaning to their choices
That's a great brand.
and their sacrifices.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have to talk about the supernatural element.
Oh, yes. Bring on the supernatural.
It throws in a whole other dimension to the drama.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, who doesn't love a forbidden romance, right?
It's so good.
Twilight,
I
of
feel-
course.
Classic.
Sarah J. Maas's A Court of Thorns and Roses.
One of my favorites.
The Vampire Diaries series.
Yes.
Tahira Mafi's Shatter Me.
Oh, I love that one.
All these dangerous secrets.
Yeah.
Impossible choices.
Mhm.
Love that defies societal norms.
Ooh, so good.
It's just so compelling.
No, it's like you can't look away.
Right. And let's not forget about historical settings.
Oh, yeah.
Where social constraints and expectations can really amplify those complexities of the love triangle.
Absolutely.
Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell.
Oh, a classic.
Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte.
Yeah. Another good one.
And The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simons.
Ooh, I haven't read that one.
Oh, it's great.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
You should. These stories show how love can be both liberating and confining,
Oh, that's interesting.
shaped by the norms of the time period.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like these love triangles,
Yeah,
they force the characters and even us as readers
absolutely.
to confront those big questions
The big ones.
about loyalty,
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice, and that age-old battle between duty and desire.
Right.
It makes you think.
It does.
What would you do if you were in their shoes?
What would you sacrifice for love?
Right. Like, what sacrifices would you be willing to make for love?
That's the question.
It's a big one.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It does.
How do these themes resonate with your own experiences or
Mhm.
beliefs about relationships?
Yeah. Makes you think about your own life.
It does. Do you find yourself drawn to certain types of love triangles?
Oh, for sure. I definitely have my favorite.
Me too, me too.
Oh, and speaking of favorites,
Yeah.
Eva Nash mentioned that there might be a new love triangle.
Ooh, juicy.
Aiming an Iron Flame.
No, Iron Flame is...
It's the sequel to Rebecca Yaros's Fourth Wing.
Fourth Wing. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
I know, right?
So we have a potential new love triangle.
We do.
To get excited about.
And speculate on.
Oh, absolutely.
So, what makes a love triangle feel fresh and engaging?
That is the question.
Right. When does it become predictable
Yeah.
or even tiresome?
Right. I mean, we've all read those.
We've seen it all.
We've seen them all.
Right. The good, the bad, the ugly.
The good, the bad, the ugly love triangles.
What sets them apart?
Well, I think the really successful ones,
Yeah.
they hinge on well-developed characters
Okay.
with believable motivations.
That makes sense.
The triangle should feel organic to the story,
Right.
not forced.
Yeah. No one likes a forced love triangle.
Why nobody? Or manipulative.
Right. Right.
It needs to feel real.
It needs to flow naturally.
Exactly.
It's all about balance.
Yes.
The tension should be there,
Oh, absolutely.
but it shouldn't feel contrived.
No, it needs to feel natural.
Right. Like, okay, I can see how this could actually happen.
Yeah.
I can see how this character would be torn between these two people.
Exactly. Exactly.
All
And
right.
the characters involved,
Yeah.
they need to be compelling
Mm-hmm.
on their own. So
Huh.
even if you took away the love triangle,
Yeah.
they'd still have a story worth telling.
Right.
The triangle acts as a catalyst
I see.
for their growth.
Yeah.
and change.
Instead of just being a source of unnecessary drama.
Exactly. It's not just about the drama.
It's about their growth.
It's about the characters.
You're right.
You hit the nail on the head.
It's more about how those characters navigate the complexities of love and relationships,
Yeah.
how they make choices and learn from them,
Absolutely.
than just who ends up with whom.
Yes. It's the journey, not the destination. It keeps us engaged.
So true.
You know, we could probably spend all day dissecting this,
We probably could.
but let's take a pause here
Okay.
and recap some of the key takeaways
Good idea.
from this first part of our deep dive.
Okay. What have we uncovered so far
Let's see.
about these love triangles?
Mysterious love triangles.
Yeah.
We've talked about how these love triangles can act as this microcosm
Yeah.
for like these broader themes, right? Societal expectations, class differences, the struggle for identity.
Oh, yeah.
They add like these layers of meaning to the story.
Yeah.
They make us examine our own beliefs about love and choice and sacrifice.
It's crazy how much you can get
I know, right?
out of one little trope.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful.
It really is.
And as we kind of go further into Eva Nash's list
Yeah.
of 50 books,
Mm-hmm.
we see these love triangles. They're not just confined to one genre.
Right.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, they pop up in the most unexpected places.
They really do. They add intrigue
Yeah.
to stories that might not even be focused on romance.
Oh, totally.
Like, take, for example,
Yeah.
Audrey Niffenegger's The Time Traveler's Wife.
Oh, that's a good one.
Right. The time travel element, it just throws this unique wrench
It does.
into the whole love triangle thing.
Totally changes the game.
It does. It raises all these questions about fate and choice
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
whether love can really transcend time.
Big questions.
Right.
Oh. And what about
About,
Stephen E. Meyer's The Host?
oh, yes.
I mean, you've got an alien inhabiting a human body,
That's right.
which leads to this fascinating...
It's not even a triangle. It's like
I know, it's like a quadrangle.
a quadrangle.
It explores like the very nature of identity,
Yeah.
what it means to love and be loved when the lines between self and other get all blurred.
Right. It's really interesting.
Talk about a complex web of relationships.
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
And we can't forget about Margaret Atwood.
Of course not, Margaret Atwood.
The Mad Adam trilogy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You've got this dystopian world on the brink of collapse.
Right.
And the characters' romantic entanglements,
Yeah.
they become even more poignant,
Yeah.
like reflecting the fragility of human connection in the midst of all this chaos.
Totally.
Is really powerful.
Yeah, it just adds this extra layer of depth to the whole story.
Exactly. It's amazing
Yeah, it's really cool how they do that.
how those love triangles just bring that depth and emotional resonance into these stories.
Yeah, even in the most unexpected settings.
Yeah, it really shows how versatile that trope is.
It really does. And sometimes,
Yeah.
the most compelling love triangles, they aren't even explicitly romantic.
Ooh, what do you mean?
Like, think about Veronica Roth's Divergent
Okay.
or John Green's The Fault in Our Stars.
Mm-hmm.
They're not traditional love triangles.
Right, not in the sense of,
Yeah, not in the sense of romantic rivalry.
like, you've got two people vying for the same person.
Right, exactly.
It's a different kind of...
It's a different kind of tension.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So in Divergent, you're saying that it's
Yeah.
more about Teresa's allegiance to her faction
Yeah, her chosen faction.
and her feelings for four.
Yeah, that creates like an internal conflict for her.
Right.
Which mirrors the larger societal struggles.
Oh, I see.
It's like this triangle of loyalty,
Yeah.
duty, and self-discovery.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And in The Fault in Our Stars,
Yeah.
it's Hazel, Augustus,
And Isaac.
and Isaac, right?
Right.
So it's not a...
It's not romantic between all three of them,
Right.
but it's still this dynamic
Yeah.
that explores the different facets of love and loss
Mm-hmm.
and the impact of human connection,
Especially when you're dealing with...
especially when you're dealing with mortality,
Yeah.
like those really heavy themes.
It adds another layer
It does.
to the story.
And it just shows that these love triangles, they can go beyond just romantic love.
They can be about friendship,
Yeah.
family ties,
Mm-hmm.
even like a passionate devotion to a cause.
Exactly.
Or-
Or an ideal.
It's about those connections we make,
Yeah.
the choices we make, the sacrifices
Mhm.
we're willing to endure
Yeah.
for the people we care about.
It's about the human heart.
Yeah. In all its messy, complicated glory.
Speaking of messy and complicated,
Oh, here we go.
let's talk about some of the classics.
Okay, hit me.
The ones that have just captivated readers for generations.
All right, let's go back in time.
I mean, who hasn't felt torn
Oh, yeah.
between Rhett and Ashley?
Along with Scarlett.
Yes, in Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind. Oh, Margaret Mitchell.
Such a good book.
An epic tale.
And that love triangle is...
It's grand.
It's as grand as the historical backdrop.
Right. Scarlett's story, it's all about passion and ambition. And that ache of unrequited love.
Yeah.
That just, it resonates with you.
It stays with you.
Even today?
It's true. It really is.
Okay, and we can't forget.
No, we can't forget this one.
Wuthering Heights.
Emily Bronte, Wuthering Heights.
Heathcliff, Catherine, Edgar.
Oh, the drop.
All entangled in this web of
intense emotions.
revenge and just like...
The darker side.
Yeah, the darker side of love.
It's a love triangle that goes beyond time.
It does.
Exploring that destructive nature of obsession.
And consequences.
The consequence.
That ripple through generations.
It's powerful stuff.
And, of course, we have to mention Jane Austen.
Oh, we can't leave Jane Austen out of this.
Pride and Prejudice.
Elizabeth Bennet. Mr. Darcy.
Mr. Wickham.
Oh, the tension.
It's a masterclass.
It really is.
In character development.
Yeah.
And social commentary.
Right. It's this delicate dance.
It is.
Of wit and societal critique. And the unraveling of true love amidst misunderstandings.
And societal pressures.
So many layers.
It's brilliant.
These classic love triangles really remind us.
They do.
That the themes of love, choice, consequence.
Yeah.
They're timeless.
They really are.
They're universal.
They keep captivating readers.
I know, it's amazing.
Across generations.
So we've talked about the classics.
Yes.
But let's shift our focus.
All right, let's get a little more contemporary.
Some more contemporary examples.
Yeah, what's new and exciting?
And see how authors are finding new ways to approach the whole love triangle trope.
They always find a way to keep it fresh.
They do.
And keep it relevant.
For us modern readers.
Exactly.
It's really exciting to see.
I think it speaks to the power of storytelling.
Yeah.
And our endless fascination with love and relationships.
Totally.
So what are some of the newer ones that have caught your eye?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What makes them stand out from the crowd?
Okay, so one that immediately pops into my head.
Okay, let's hear it.
Is Sarah J. Maas' A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Ooh, yes.
She does such a good job of blending.
Fantasy.
Yeah, fantasy romance.
Strong female characters.
Yes.
It's just a really captivating love triangle.
I loved Fair's journey.
Yeah, from Tamlin to Rysand. It's filled with so many twists and turns.
No, and that love triangle is like...
It's a huge driving force.
Drives the plot.
Yeah, behind her character development.
Totally. It's not just about who she chooses.
Yeah.
It's about her coming into her own power.
Yeah.
Embracing her desires.
And forging her own destiny.
Yes.
I also wanted to mention Kira Cass's The Selection series.
Oh, yeah. That's a fun one.
It's like a modern fairy tale.
It is, with a little bit of political intrigue.
Right. And the love triangle keeps you guessing.
Until the very end.
Yes.
Classic themes of duty versus desire, love versus ambition.
It's such a good series.
It's a light read, but it's got all the angst and drama.
The perfect amount.
Yes.
And then you have books like Sally Thorne's The Hating Game.
Okay.
Casey McQuiston's Red, White, and Royal Blue.
Ooh, yes.
They bring this fresh perspective.
They do.
To the love triangle, right?
Yeah.
You've got the workplace rivalry, political maneuvering.
And LGBTQ plus representation. It's so important.
It's so important to see that.
These stories, they really challenge the traditional notions of romance.
They do.
And they showcase that diversity of human experiences.
And relationships.
Right. And they show that love triangles
Yeah.
can be just as compelling.
And entertaining.
When they step outside that traditional mold.
Absolutely. They don't have to fit in that box.
Exactly.
Speaking of stepping outside the mold.
Yes.
We need to circle back.
Back to Iron Flame.
Iron Flame. The
Magic
potential
number.
for a new love triangle.
I'm so curious to see.
Eva Nash definitely got us thinking.
She did.
What are your thoughts on how this might unfold?
Well, I mean, considering the dynamic
Yeah, between
Violet and Xaden and Liam,
Yeah.
there's definitely potential there
Oh, for sure.
to add another layer of complexity.
Absolutely.
But it all comes down to how Rebecca Yarros
Yeah, how she decides
chooses to navigate those relationships.
and how they impact the plot.
Yeah, will it enhance the narrative or will it detract from it?
That is the question.
That is the big question.
I guess we'll have to wait for Iron Flame to come out.
We'll have to wait and see.
to get our answer.
But in the meantime,
Yes.
we can speculate.
Oh, we can speculate.
Anticipate.
Yes.
Maybe even revisit some of our favorites.
From the past.
It's a good time to reread.
It is.
You know, this whole deep dive, it's not just about exploring love triangles.
Real.
It's about sparking new questions and avenues for further exploration.
I love that.
As we head into the final part
Yeah.
of our exploration.
The final part of our deep dive.
I want you to think about what we've learned.
Okay.
And how it might influence your own reading choices and your understanding of the power of storytelling.
I love it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's really incredible how much we can get out of this one little trope.
I know, right?
The love triangle. I mean, we've covered so much ground today.
We have, from historical to contemporary, across different genres.
Even those non-romantic triangles that add a different kind of...
A different flavor of tension.
Exactly. It's a testament to just how powerful love triangles are in literature.
They really are enduring, you know?
It's more than just a plot device.
Oh, absolutely.
It makes you think about human relationships.
For sure.
And the choices we make when it comes to matters of the heart.
Big choices.
They can be huge.
Life-changing even.
And we've seen how these triangles can really push characters to grow.
Oh, yeah. It's not just about picking between two people.
It's about figuring out who you are, what you value in life.
What you want, yeah.
And those choices, sometimes.
Sometimes they have big consequences, right?
They can change everything.
Not just for the character, but for the whole story.
Exactly. It's like a ripple effect.
When it's done well, you know, a love triangle can really make the plot richer.
Yeah, it makes the characters so much more interesting.
And it adds that thematic depth we were talking about.
It's more than just the romance.
It's about so much more.
It makes you think about your own life, too.
Oh, yeah, totally.
What would I do in this situation?
Right. What choices would you make?
Would I be Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Tough choices.
It's like looking in a mirror, but in a safe way.
I like that, yeah.
We can experience those big emotions.
All the drama.
Without actually having to go through it ourselves.
Fiction at its finest.
And even though we've seen a lot of those classic patterns...
Oh, yeah, there are definitely some tropes out there.
There are always those authors who find a way to shake things up.
They surprise you, keep you guessing.
That's what keeps it fresh.
And engaging for us, even after centuries of love triangles.
I think it shows just how creative authors can be.
They're always pushing those boundaries, you know.
Especially with all the different voices we're hearing now.
Like with LGBTQ plus representation, for example.
Yeah, that's added a whole new dimension to love triangles.
Challenging those traditional ideas of romance.
Love is love, right?
Exactly, and it's so important to see that reflected in the stories we read.
And there are so many great books out there to explore.
That's why we love Eva Nash's list so much.
50 books.
A great starting point for anyone who wants to dive into these amazing love triangles.
So go check it out. You're bound to find something you love.
Even if you don't usually read romance.
And as you're reading, keep those questions we talked about in mind.
Think about the characters, their motivations, their choices.
How do those love triangles impact the story?
Do they reinforce those societal norms?
Or do they challenge them?
And how does it make you feel?
What does it make you think about love and relationships in your own life?
The best love triangles stay with you long after you finish the book.
I know, I still think about some of them all the time.
They spark those conversations, you know?
The debates.
Exactly. So keep those pages turning, keep exploring, and most importantly,
keep talking about those love triangles with your friends.
Spread the love
and the drama. Happy reading, everyone.